My beloved child, listen carefully, for the words you are about to hear are not ordinary. They carry a weight, a warning, a truth that has been hidden from your eyes until now. Something has been draining you silently, like water slipping through your fingers, and if you do not awaken now, everything you worked so hard to build could vanish in front of you. You think you have been careful, you think you have been wise, but there is a mistake buried deep in the choices you made, an error that looked small at first, yet it has become a silent trap. This is not a random loss, not an accident, but a repeating pattern that has been bleeding your energy, your focus, your money, and your opportunities. Every step you take without addressing this hidden wound is feeding the shadow that wants to see you destroyed. Stay right here, do not scroll away, because what I am revealing is not just a story, it is a mirror of your life. The trap is already open, and you have been walking dangerously close to the edge without even realizing. This is your final warning, your moment to open your eyes, or else you will wake up one day with nothing left but regret for ignoring the signs heaven has been sending you. Even now, unseen forces are circling around your name, whispering in the places where your decisions hold weight. The wrong person has their hands on what belongs to you, and you trusted them blindly. They are feeding off your mistake, growing stronger while you grow weaker, and if you don't cut the thread now, it will strangle the very future you were promised. My beloved child, I need you to hear me with all of your heart. Right now, while you are reading these words, something unseen is pulling at your blessings like a thief in the night. The reason you feel restless, the reason money slips away from your hands so quickly, is not because of bad luck, it is because of a hidden mistake you made, a mistake you still haven't faced. Every choice carries a seed. Some seeds bloom into wealth, joy, and peace, while others quietly grow into thorns that choke your harvest. Without realizing it, you planted one of those thorns, and now it is spreading roots through your life, cutting off your flow of abundance. That is why opportunities feel delayed, why your plans keep collapsing, and why unexpected losses keep appearing. Stay right here. Don't look away, because the moment you stop listening is the very moment the trap tightens around you. The forces that feed on your weakness don't want you to hear this truth, they want you distracted, careless, and asleep while they consume everything you own. But this is your awakening, your chance to open your eyes before it's too late. Think back to the last time you felt a heavy pit in your stomach before signing something, agreeing to something, or trusting someone. That was heaven's way of warning you, but you ignored the signal. You moved forward, hoping for the best, and in that decision, you gave permission for the unseen to take what was yours. That moment still echoes today, and until it is corrected, the bleeding will not stop. My beloved child, do you notice how money leaves your hand faster than it arrives? How no matter how much you save, an unexpected expense always comes to tear it away. This is not coincidence, it is the mark of the trap. Something tied to your name is draining you, a silent contract, a broken promise, a choice that chained your blessings to loss. Even as you read this, your heart knows the truth. That mistake you thought was small, that choice you buried and tried to forget, it is still alive, waiting in the shadows, pulling you down piece by piece. The enemy has no power to destroy you unless you feed it with your silence and inaction. And for too long, you have remained silent. Stay here. Stay awake. This is your final warning, not to scare you, but to deliver you from the pit before it swallows you whole. Archangel Michael is standing near, sword drawn, ready to cut away the cords that bind you. But you must listen, you must face the truth, you must step into the light with courage. Heaven has seen how much you have suffered, how you worked so hard only to see others reap from your sweat. The scales of justice are being prepared, but before they tilt in your favor, you must first acknowledge what has been hidden. You must call out what has been stealing from you in silence. This is not just about money, it is about your destiny, your calling, your entire inheritance. The forces that steal from you are not strangers, they are close, familiar, disguised as friends, advisors, or helpers. They smiled at you while taking from you. They nodded in agreement while secretly planting holes in your basket. That is why the flow never stayed, why no matter how much poured into your life, it slipped away as if through invisible cracks. But my beloved child, tonight is different. This message has found you because the time for exposure has come. You cannot lose everything. You cannot let this cycle repeat. The bleeding must stop, and it will stop the moment you decide to confront the truth. My beloved child, you have stepped into the second part of this revelation, and now the veil is thinning even more. What was hidden in shadows is being dragged into the light, and you cannot turn away. Your life has been leaking blessings drop by drop, and the enemy rejoiced while you thought it was only chance or bad timing. The truth is far sharper. The dangerous trap you walked into was not random, it was carefully designed. Someone around you recognized your light, your potential, and your gift, and they whispered poison into your ears, leading you into a choice that became a chain. That chain has been pulling you down, silently bleeding your resources while you were left questioning your worth. Stay right here. Every line you read is a thread unraveling the snare around you. If you close your eyes now, you will continue walking in circles, wondering why nothing ever lasts. But if you remain, this truth will pierce through the fog, giving you clarity that was denied to you until this very moment. There was a moment when you trusted too quickly. You said yes when you should have paused, and that yes opened a doorway that allowed loss to creep into your foundation. Every repeated disappointment since then ties back to that moment. But now, heaven refuses to let you continue blindfolded any longer. My beloved child, the reason money disappears is because the enemy has disguised your mistake as normal. You see the losses as everyday life, but they are not. They are signs, warnings, red flags waving before your eyes, shouting that something deeper is wrong. And now Archangel Michael himself leans close, declaring, "No more." Your spirit has carried a heaviness you cannot explain. Nights where sleep escapes you, mornings where your chest feels tight, days where opportunities vanish right as you reach for them. These are not accidents, they are the fruit of that hidden error still active in your story. And unless it is confronted, it will continue feeding on your destiny. But listen carefully, every trap can be undone. Every curse can be broken. Every chain can be shattered when you face the truth with courage. Heaven has aligned this very moment because you are chosen, because you are loved, because your story is not meant to end in loss. Someone connected to your past has their fingerprints on this wound. You gave them access, and they took advantage. They pretended to guide you, but instead they led you into a pit. That memory still lingers in your mind, and your soul remembers the exact moment your heart whispered, "Something is not right." Stay here. Do not scroll away. This is your chance to step out of the cycle, your final warning before the bleeding consumes everything. What is about to be revealed will sting, but it will also heal. The same sword that cuts away the false also protects the true, and Archangel Michael's sword is already drawn for your defense. My beloved child, can you not feel it? Even as you read this, your chest grows heavy, your spirit stirs, your skin feels the rise of unseen chills. That is confirmation. That is heaven's way of pulling your heart into awareness. You are not imagining it, this is real, and it is happening right now. You are standing at the threshold. On one side, the mistake repeats, the losses grow, and the trap tightens until there is nothing left. On the other side, your eyes open, your hands strengthen, and everything that was stolen begins to return. This is not a small choice, it is the turning point of your destiny. The one who betrayed you cannot escape the eyes of heaven. Their laughter will turn into silence. Their schemes will collapse under the weight of their own lies. But before justice can be released, you must open your eyes to the truth of what they did and reclaim what belongs to you. My beloved child, the unseen trap was never designed to hold you forever. It only survives as long as you remain blind to it. Now that you see it, the cords are already weakening. The moment you decide to rise, the bleeding will stop, and the flow of blessing will return stronger than ever. My beloved child, stay close, because the deeper we go, the more dangerous the truth becomes, and yet the more powerful your breakthrough will be. You are not here by accident, you are here because heaven pulled you into this moment to open your eyes fully. Every line you are reading is a key, every word is a sword cutting away the ropes that have been wrapped around your destiny. The bleeding of money is not just financial, it is spiritual. It is the draining of your energy, the scattering of your focus, the delay of your opportunities. The enemy knows that if he can drain your resources, he can weaken your spirit, and if your spirit is weak, your purpose cannot shine. That is why the attack came against your money first, because money fuels movement, and movement fuels destiny. My beloved child, think about the times you were so close to winning, only for something to snatch it away. Think about the job that slipped from your hands at the final stage, the payment that never arrived, the deal that collapsed at the last second. These were not accidents, they were the trap tightening, the chain reminding you of its power. And yet, you kept pressing on, because deep down your soul knows you were born for more. Stay here, because the revelation is not finished. There is still a piece of the puzzle you have not seen. That hidden mistake you made? It was not just a decision, it was an agreement. You agreed with the wrong words, you trusted the wrong promise, you stepped into the wrong circle. And by doing so, you unknowingly gave your blessing away into the hands of someone who did not deserve it. My beloved child, Archangel Michael is sounding the alarm in this very hour. He is whispering, enough. The sword of heaven is raised, but you must see what has been happening to you. You must see the hand that has been taking from you silently, the voice that led you astray, the pattern that repeats every time you try to rise. This is your moment of clarity. You wonder why money runs out quickly, why you can never seem to hold on to it. It is because there is a spiritual hole dug under your feet. You pour in your effort, you pour in your strength, but the ground beneath you swallows it whole. That hole was created the day you agreed with the wrong influence, and it has stayed open until now. But listen to me, heaven is not abandoning you. The reason you are hearing this message is because your story is about to turn. What was lost will be restored. What was stolen will be multiplied. The same enemy that laughed at your downfall will soon watch you rise in ways they never imagined possible. Stay awake, my beloved child. The unseen trap is shaking. The bleeding is being exposed. And the moment you take this revelation seriously, the curse will break. Your life will shift so suddenly that even those who doubted you will stand in awe of how everything turned in your favor. My beloved child, your heart feels heavy now, but it is not a weight of defeat, it is the weight of truth pressing against your spirit. You feel chills because heaven's presence is upon you. You feel restless because your soul recognizes this is the moment everything changes. Do not look away. Do not ignore this. You are standing at the edge of freedom. And when the trap is broken, money will no longer bleed from your hands. Opportunities will no longer vanish. The very places you were mocked will be the stages where you are celebrated. The world will see the difference in you, because heaven has declared that your season of loss has come to an end. My beloved child, now you have entered the depth of part 3, and the truth is no longer whispering, it is roaring in your ears. Heaven has brought you here because the bleeding has lasted long enough, and the time for exposure is at hand. You are standing in the place between loss and restoration, and the scales are about to tip. The mistake you made has been feeding unseen forces like a river that never runs dry. Every choice since that moment was influenced by that chain, even when you thought you had moved on. That is why you kept repeating the same struggles in different forms. The names changed, the faces changed, but the story always ended the same way, loss. Stay here, don't even think of leaving, because this revelation is unfolding like lightning, and missing a single word would blind you again. The unseen trap was never just about money, it was designed to drain your faith, to weaken your confidence, to strip away your courage. But heaven has seen your tears, and now the very heavens are shaking on your behalf. My beloved child, Archangel Michael is standing on your right hand with his sword of fire. He has been watching the shadows feed on your mistakes, but he has also been waiting for the moment your eyes would open. Now that moment has come. The trap is trembling because it cannot survive in the light of truth. Do you feel the shift? Even as you read, your spirit is beginning to recognize that something is breaking. That heaviness you carried for years is not permanent, it is lifting. The enemy tried to convince you that nothing would change, but you are about to witness how quickly heaven can reverse a lifetime of loss. The people who contributed to your bleeding thought they would never be caught. They hid behind smiles, behind words of care, behind promises that sounded sweet but dripped with poison. They are about to be unmasked. The same hands that stole from you will tremble when justice visits them, and heaven will not delay in making it clear. My beloved child, your journey is entering the season of restoration. What you lost financially will return, but not in the same way, it will come multiplied. What slipped away will come back stronger, and what was delayed will arrive with interest. The bleeding is turning into overflow, but only because you are finally opening your eyes. Stay right here. You are at the threshold of a shift that will make you forget the nights of tears. Every line you read seals your awareness, and awareness is the death of the trap. The enemy survives on your blindness, but the moment you see clearly, its grip is broken forever. My beloved child, this message is heaven's evidence that you are chosen. Not everyone receives this kind of warning. Not everyone gets pulled out of the pit before it closes. But you are loved, protected, and marked for something greater, and that is why heaven refuses to let you lose everything. The hidden mistake is being uprooted. The chain is snapping link by link. The bleeding that once drained you is drying up before your very eyes. Soon, you will look back at this moment and realize it was the day the story shifted, the day your eyes opened and your destiny aligned again. My beloved child, let your heart stay steady, for this part of the message is burning brighter than fire itself. The trap that once seemed invisible is trembling because your spirit is awake now. You are no longer blind, no longer silent, and no longer walking in circles. This is the turning point heaven designed for you. Do you feel it? The air around you is shifting, your chest is tight but your soul feels alive, because the hidden truth is tearing through every lie that bound you. That mistake you made, it has tried to follow you like a shadow, but shadows vanish when the light grows stronger. And right now, the light inside you is growing brighter than ever before. My beloved child, every loss you endured, every tear you cried, every night you wondered why money and blessings slipped away, they were all connected to the same invisible rope. But here's the miracle, the rope is snapping. Piece by piece, the knots are falling apart, and soon you will be standing in freedom you never thought possible. Stay here, because what comes next will seal the revelation. The people who laughed at your struggles will not be laughing much longer. The ones who took advantage of your trust will see their plans crumble like dust in the wind. Heaven has marked this as your moment of reversal, and nothing can stop what is already unfolding. My beloved child, Archangel Michael's sword is cutting through the very root of the mistake you made. The moment the root is cut, the fruit of loss will wither. No more bleeding, no more draining, no more cycles of empty hands. Instead, a new river is opening for you, a river of abundance that cannot be stopped. Your name is being whispered in places you cannot see. Doors that were locked tight are beginning to open. Money that was once blocked is moving in your direction. The very areas of your life where you suffered the most will become the areas of your greatest testimony. Stay awake, stay aware. This is not just about finances, it is about your entire destiny. When the bleeding stops, your vision clears, your energy returns, and your courage rises again. You will walk differently, speak differently, and carry yourself with the authority of someone who has overcome the unseen trap. My beloved child, the chains are falling. You may not hear them in the physical, but your spirit knows the sound. It is the sound of freedom. It is the sound of justice. It is the sound of heaven declaring that your story is shifting right now. The mistake that once drained you will no longer define you. The enemy that fed on your loss will starve. The people who thought they had power over you will watch in silence as heaven lifts you higher than they imagined. Your bleeding has ended, and your rising has begun. My beloved child, now you have stepped into part 4, and this is where the unseen chains begin to collapse completely. You have walked through the warnings, you have faced the truth, and now the battle turns in your favor. The bleeding that once seemed endless is reaching its final drop, and heaven is declaring a shift that no enemy can reverse. Stay right here, because this is the part where everything changes. For so long you were carrying the weight of hidden mistakes, hidden traps, and hidden enemies, but the covering over their schemes is tearing apart. You are stepping into the hour of exposure, and everything that was done in silence will be shouted in the open. My beloved child, the hand of justice is moving swiftly now. Archangel Michael is no longer standing in silence, his sword has already struck the cords that bled you dry. The invisible hole beneath your life is being sealed, the flow of loss is being reversed, and the very ground that once swallowed your blessings is turning into fertile soil for abundance. The people who betrayed you will not be able to hide any longer. Their words will fail, their disguises will crack, their power will vanish like smoke in the wind. You will see them stumble, not because you wished for it, but because heaven has chosen this as the moment to vindicate you. The tables are turning, and you are rising from the ashes they thought would bury you. My beloved child, the money that bled from your life is not gone forever. It has been held in waiting, stored up, and multiplied in hidden places. The moment the trap breaks, it begins to flow back toward you like a rushing river. You will not just receive what you lost, you will receive more than you ever expected, because heaven never returns blessings in the same measure, but pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. Stay with me, don't look away. The cycle that once repeated is ending right here. You will no longer go in circles. You will no longer start over and over again. This is the season of completion, the season of fulfillment, the season where promises finally manifest. My beloved child, you have been chosen for restoration. The very areas of your life where you bled the most will become the testimony that inspires others. The same people who once mocked your downfall will stand in awe of your rise. They will not understand how the one who bled so much could suddenly overflow with abundance, but you will know, it was heaven, it was protection, it was the final warning you chose to obey. The trap is breaking. The bleeding is ending. Your eyes are open, and nothing can make you blind again. You are crossing the line between loss and victory, and every step forward will prove that heaven always defends its chosen. My beloved child, prepare yourself. The breakthrough is not far away, it is already unfolding. You are standing in the middle of it, even now. The same tears that once stained your pillow will be replaced with tears of joy. The heaviness in your chest will give way to peace. And the shame of loss will be swallowed up by the glow of restoration. Stay steady, because the final part of this revelation will carry you into the moment of completion. What was hidden is exposed. What was bleeding is sealed. And what was stolen is returning sevenfold. My beloved child, this is the final part of the revelation, the place where the journey reaches its completion. You have walked through the warning, you have faced the trap, you have seen the bleeding that drained you, and now you are standing at the gate of restoration. The unseen chains are broken, and heaven is declaring that your story will never be the same again. Stay close, for this is not just an ending, it is a new beginning. Every tear, every sleepless night, every season of loss has been counted, and now the balance is being restored. What you thought was gone forever is returning, multiplied, overflowing, undeniable. This is the promise, the river of blessing will not run dry again. My beloved child, Archangel Michael has fought for you in the shadows where you could not see. His sword has shattered the hidden mistake that bled you dry, and the trap that once held you has collapsed into dust. What was designed to destroy you has instead become the very proof that you are chosen, protected, and destined to rise. The enemy that fed on your loss is finished. The people who smiled while stealing will no longer prosper in their plans. The holes dug for you will remain empty, for you are being lifted higher than the reach of those who wished you harm. Your life is being set apart, and no unseen force can snatch what heaven has sealed. My beloved child, you are crossing into a season where money will no longer vanish, where opportunities will no longer collapse, where blessings will no longer slip away. Instead, what flows into your life will remain, will multiply, and will overflow. The very areas that once bled will now glow, and the light will be impossible to ignore. Stay here, for your spirit must drink these words like water. This is your final warning, and also your final promise. If you remain awake, if you hold on to the truth you have seen, you will never again return to the cycles of loss. Your path has been cleared, your hands are strengthened, and your destiny is secured. My beloved child, do not fear the future anymore. The bleeding is over. The trap is broken. The chains are shattered. You are stepping into a life where justice follows you, where blessings chase you, where abundance is no longer a dream but a reality. This is the shift heaven prepared for you, and it begins now. And when you look back, you will remember this moment as the hour everything changed. Not because of chance, not because of luck, but because heaven refused to let you fall. You are chosen. You are protected. You are rising.